look at New Bedford, man. Coronavirus, wearing masks, This is crazy. No businesses are open. You got signs saying, get the facts. Now, we're talking about, 11/21 today, man. We're in April, and look at these businesses, man. Nothing bustling, nothing going on. Look at that. I mean, that's crazy. Like, this is truly effective. Look at Bedford YMCA is usually, filled with people who are going in and physically exercising themselves to keep themselves motivated and going, But this is what we're dealing with here at New Bedford, Look at that. Businesses shut down, man. Just, literally stagnant. Can't do anything. A lot of these businesses will eventually see, the signs that, hey, I can't, keep this establishment open because I have no money. Look at this. Barber shops, man. Totally empty. It's like an apocalypse. It's like apocalyptic. Your father's mustache. Sanctions. Look at this. Finest hour. Have they truly met their finest hour? Family Dollar. It's usually, people standing outside, looking at this. I mean, this is crazy. Bristol Community College, Look at this. Look at this place. I mean, no problemos was a staple, of Mexican cuisine in this city. People wearing masks, people not wearing masks,
Jesse, thanks for your first call.
I mean, I just decided to take a ride through New Bedford, Massachusetts, the whaling city capital of the world, and, it's a ghost town. Carter's Clothing. I mean, that place usually is filled with people, Freestones. Look at that. A lovely mural on the wall. This place is usually filled with people, for lunchtime, get their afternoon beverage on, It's incredible how one virus affects a community, and people in their homes. Look at this, New Bedford Whaling Museum. I mean, ridiculous. Why can't 6 people or 10 people congregate in there? Churches, Siemens Bethel, the land of famous Siemens Bethel and Moby Dick, I mean,
and Wendy, thank you for being so honest about that.
Sad what's going on here in New Bedford, Massachusetts, I don't know precisely how many cases we have of the coronavirus. I know, there was quite a few deaths over the past few weeks, but this is what we have to contend with. This is what we're dealing with here in New Bedford, Mass.
I'm Marco Werman. On the Friday edition
absolutely,
of The World, another way to think about the coronavirus
totally
story,
on lockdown. People are afraid to leave their homes. People are afraid to interact with one another.
We'll hear from faith leaders.
It's deeply disturbing, and around the globe. We got to be deeply concerned about our mental health.
How people rely on their faith. It's on the world.
People out there who are dealing with those type of issues, happen to be confined in their homes, thinking about, paychecks and how to pay for their homes, thinking about how to feed their families, where they're going to get, chicken, toilet paper, paper towels. This is crazy. I've never seen anything like this before in my life. It's almost like, you get a feel of what people, during, World War II or the Spanish flu of, 1918/1917, kind of get a feel of what they're having to, have gone through.
Boston Public Radio. I'm Jim Browdy. She's Marjorie.
It's just
talking about the lengths that some cities
it's amazing.
Are going to make sure the coronavirus doesn't spread.
I decided to take this video, today because obviously, I'm in the healthcare business and that's greatly affecting what I do as a healthcare worker. I'm on the front lines. sometimes having to deal with people who are affected with coronavirus at some point. That's going to be the demographic of, our patient population. And hopefully we get to rehab them and get them better so that they're living longer and more productive lives. But this is just a ride, a typical ride of through New Bedford. Usually you see people out here walking and moving about, but it's disturbing, deeply disturbing to think of what New Bedford residents are having to, endure, not to mention all over the world, especially New York with, over 16,000 deaths in the United States, and, over 400 plus thousand people being affected by the coronavirus. It goes without meaning. How can you clearly define what's going on here in New Bedford, and all over the world, I wasn't thinking about it as much, until today. In fact, I'm like, man, I haven't really, hugged my mother and really talked to my mother, it's been a while, so
it's very embarrassing. I didn't know this.
And even my own kids, they don't come by because they fear that, they're going to infect mom and dad, so it's just all these things that we're having to grapple with every single day, with really no.
I'm a long-time listener and a former caller going all the way back to your old station.
Wow.
Oh,
well, welcome
great.
back.
Thank you for sticking with us, Ken.
Really, with no timeline, as to when this thing's going to end, So we're just going to, like what most, New Bedford people do, we buckle down. We think about community. We think about family. We get it done. This is, a drive heading back home. And going to Butler Park. And we're talking about 11:28. And this place is usually, packed with people. People out there playing baseball. People out here playing, soccer. Football. Kids getting ready. Off-season conditioning. This is just a park that's very busy with people, and they walk, hundreds of people every day walk around the park, and you don't see that. I utilize the park now. I ride my dog, and I'm seeing a fraction of the people. Look at this. This is Butler Park. This is a Friday, 11:29. And there's nothing. It's nothing. Look, you've got the playground all taped off with yellow precaution tape, like it was a crime scene, and it is a crime. Corona has committed the ultimate act, of distancing ourselves from one another, so that's what we're having to deal with every single day, day in and day out. Older people not wearing masks, which they really should be wearing masks. This is the New Bedford Warming Center. This place is usually packed with people this time of the day, eating meals. And look, all the flowers are coming up. People really don't have the time or can't take the time to enjoy just the beauty of what, this park has to offer. And it's really cutting into, everyday life for these individuals. This is usually not even the ducks are around, so
I have to make a correction.
it's just one of these things, where
at Beverly, and it turns out they're advisory only. They're not issuing fines, which I assume means that
where we're all trying to grapple with this virus and trying to keep our family safe, but it's Desert Storm, man, around here.
I think it should come to that.
There's no.
So you warned first, and then you really come down with a
But I'm really surprised at the people who aren't practicing, mask wearing, that's a little disturbing. I mean, even though, you think that you're safe, because you feel like you're walking, and then somebody walks by you and, you see, someone coughs on you and you don't know if they have, they're infected with the virus, and now you just open yourself up to that exposure, I just feel like it's like anything, it's no mask there, just people in general, the rules are starting to become laxed, where, people just aren't wearing their masks, even families not wearing the masks. So it's just one of those things. I guess, this is where the, perfect timing for, the New Bedford Fire Department to do their thing, But this is 1128. This is the park. So if I was to take my kid here to the park, this is what I would show them. Nobody playing on the tennis courts, nobody playing on the basketball courts, nobody enjoying the park over there. If I zoom in on the park, you see it's all cautioned off with yellow tape, no children running around. They've taken the rims literally off the basketball courts, just taking the rims so that people don't play, so it's just a bad time for this, there's never a good time for it, but just a bad time. People aren't practicing social, distancing, you got families walking by. You talked about on the phone. It's very difficult to keep your hands away from your face. Really, it's just they're not playing by the rules, It's a real thing, and I think the governor's done a great job of talking about this. And that's it. And that's all I have to say. So, to people who,
one place I don't know if correct you is the right word, but since you
are
obviously in your
worried about families and social distancing and mask wearing, it's important that we practice that, and you need to know all the facts about this virus, prepare yourself, preparation is key, and knowing is half the battle. So, prepare yourself, keep yourself safe, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.